Sky Squad, what can I say other than I actually am in the mood for some tacos? Yo, we are back with the recap for the latest episode of Basketball Wives. It is season 11, episode 20. Okay. And I want to read you guys the synopsis before I get into this headline right here. It says Brooke thinks it's time for her new man to meet her family. Jackie takes the next steps to make her talk show a reality, and Shaunie comes to town to make peace between Jackie and the group. Now, based on this headline that you see here, okay, I want to know how much um y'all really think um making how much making up y'all really think is going on. And the reason why I paused is because I also wanted to pull up this. We also got the tea from our friends over at Reality Entertainment TV that there is going to be a Basketball Wives reunion with a special guest. Now, let's see who that special guest is going to be as we take a look at this reunion seating chart right here. And I apologize, I meant to have this up before I got started. So if you look at the reunion chart, now at first, the initial chart that we saw from our friends over at Reality Entertainment TV had Shaunie in the seat next to Nina Parker, who is back hosting. I don't mind Nina as a host because I do feel like Nina is able to get down into the nitty gritty. I don't prefer John Sally as a host because I just don't think he takes it seriously. And I feel like with the divide amongst the women, they really need a strong woman who can really meet them where they're at. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like Nina is no nonsense, but I feel like she also has the capability to roll with the punches and be funny, right? So, what we have here is very interesting. We have Jackie, we have Evelyn, we have got the two first chairs, right? Which is, it makes sense since they are technically the two OGs of the combined franchises, right? Then we have seated next to Evelyn is Jennifer, which again makes sense if we're going on seniority. Obviously, we would not put Brooke beside or on the same side as Jackie, so she's beside Jennifer. On the side of Jackie, we have what appears to be not what appears to be, but Brandi, and then we have Jaceel, and then we have the surprise, right? Now, based on what we have been hearing, it would make sense that the surprise could be Dr. Cheyenne, right? Or the question mark, so to speak. But that seems too obvious for me. I believe she was at the reunion, but I don't know that they will put this question mark here for her. I feel like the question mark is a surprise. Will it be Sunday, who has been very active on social media with regards to what has been going on with Jackie? Or will it be Laura Govan, who we had heard and maybe seen a bit of in photos being filmed with the ladies? Who do you think is going to be? Drop that down in the chatterization down below. Next, I want to go to Sunday Carter's Instagram since we are talking about her. She posted a clip from last night, and she basically said this. Okay, want to pull it up for you. She said, okay, let's unpack this real quick. It's a scene where Jackie is being confronted by Brandi after Brandi has heard all of the negative things that Jackie has said about her and her not being able to have another child. Okay. Um, Sunday says, okay, let's unpack this real quick. This lady was allegedly my friend slash sister for over a decade. This is true. However, what sister or friend flaunts your business around on national TV, takes the credit, never mentions the alleged business partner, aka me, lies about it for a half a year, gets confronted and deliberately lies again. The reason for the recordings is because had there not been any, I'd be labeled by the narcissist as crazy, desperate to get on the show, broke, and a bunch of other lies she's been spreading about me. I'm just here to tell my truth. She snaked me way before I returned the favor. The jig is up. Okay? Now, why is this important? Because it is these recordings, it is Sunday's recordings, allegedly, that Brooke has heard, okay, that has led the ladies to now know the things that Jackie has been saying about them, right? So that is how we are in this quagmire that we're in right now with regards to Jackie, okay? Now, let's take things back to the Jasmine brand. Because what we saw in the ending of the episode was really what appeared to be, according to Shaunie, and alluding to Jackie being thanked for her services or thanking herself for her services, which I don't see being the case, given that I feel like I've seen some clips or Jackie posting things from what appears to be future episodes. So I don't think that Jackie is going anywhere. Matter of fact, to be quite honest with you, this show does not seem like it would be able to function without Jackie, whether you like her or not. And we'll talk about the two sides of the Jackie coin in just 1 second. Okay. We will talk about that. But if I had to rate this episode on a scale of 1 to 10, from my level of enjoyment and the fact that Jackie was back, I'm going to give it a 9.9. Okay. I am. I did appreciate Shaunie coming into the thing and confronting Jackie. I did appreciate the scene with Brandi confronting Jackie. I appreciated Jackie just showing up to the event. And then I appreciated the taco talk. I also appreciated seeing Jackie's talk show. So let's dive into all of it, right? So for me, one of the first things that we see is Evelyn, attempting to bond with Brandi over their auras. I mean, it's a cute scene and they do bond and they talk about, Brandi's man having slept with all the people or whatnot and where they at now. Jennifer has a conversation with Brooke about her new man and who is going down the altar the fastest. Jennifer thinks that Brooke is rushing into this situation, but the streets are saying that Jennifer is too. Period. So next, Brooke is having a 80s/90s party or whatever at her family's estate or whatnot, and her man is supposed to be there. Now, her man she is telling the ladies that her man is in LA, but is not gonna make it to the event. Personally, let me tell y'all something. This is my assumption, okay, and I could be wrong, but a part of me feels like they held that man, production held that man, and made him wait to come into the Ponderosa to give it a little bit of drama, because otherwise, ain't no drama gonna really be happening with this particular group of ladies, because they, for the most part, just seem to get along. Now, I get it. That could be TV magic, and I could actually be wrong. I could be wrong, but that's just my assumption, because the man does ultimately show up, And I mean, there's some talk about, some of the ladies compare him to, like, what did somebody say, Bobby Brown or something like that? Anyway, the man is apparently from Baltimore, and he seems like a nice guy to me. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. I ain't really got much else to say other than, Brooke is trying to find out whether or not her son has a daughter, and he is rather confusing about whether or not there was a DNA test or not, and whether or not the baby is actually his. So that's going to have to be figured out at a later date. Now, Speaking of, well, not we won't talk. Well, let's talk about it right now because later on she gonna go over. Her and Evelyn gonna meet up, and Brooke's mama, who looks good by the way, they confront Brooke's son, and basically Brooke has to have a conversation with the baby mama. We don't hear the conversation with the baby mama because I don't know why. Apparently, it was she maybe want to be on camera or nothing like that. Which there's a lot of conversations on this show that happen where we don't hear the conversation, but everybody be on the phone and everybody be recording. And so there's nothing that's really private. I don't know why these people on Basketball Wives don't just stop having conversations over the phone. Everybody need to start having conversations in person and in a dark room, in a skiff, okay? In a room where it's secret. You know what I'm saying? There can't nobody be recording nothing. Because otherwise, everybody in the group won't get the message. So anyway, Big Mama Shaunie is in town, and she got to come regulate because Brandi is like, girl, I need some help dealing with Jackie. Okay, we learned that Brandi and Shaunie is close now because, Shaunie's son had a similar issue to what Brandi's son went through. And so they were able to work with each other through that. And now they are all good again. Thank you for your services. Be doggone. And so, as Brandi attempts to confront Jackie, Jackie is very interesting in her stance on this situation with being confronted. I mean, between her continuing to like brush her hair in the scene, I'm like, what is going on, Jackie? Like, you trying to get every last straight. Focus on the conversation, please, because y'all know I love me some Jackie, but we have to like talk about two things being true. You can love Jackie because I think Evelyn said it best. We all love the wacky Jackie. We do, and we know that wacky Jackie makes the show. But I do agree that there is also a place where it appears that Jackie is going when she is having private conversations. Now, let's talk about whether or not those private conversations should be used against her. It really just depends on your preference, and it really is going to depend on whether or not you like the other cast members. I see a lot of discourse online with people saying, they don't really care what Jackie does or what she says because they don't really like the other cast members for one reason or another. And I understand it because we tend to root for the underdog. And in this situation, Jackie is the underdog because she don't have no allies on the show. But at the same time, we also have to be a little bit objective and at least acknowledge that some of these things having gotten back to the ladies are hurtful. You know what I'm saying? For somebody like Brandi who can't when you're downing or dissing things that somebody can't control, I think that's where we get to a point where it becomes difficult for these ladies to come back from some of these things. I think it's one thing to, maybe say somebody said something and they didn't say it. You know what I'm saying? But the way these women are going at this point now, if Jackie got smoked for Evelyn, I get it because Evelyn has basically outed this thing about Jackie being a lady of the night back in 1982, right? So I can understand Jackie wanting to go off on her and talk about Evelyn allegedly sleeping with the animals or whatever she said. I didn't say it. Jackie said it. So don't blame me. Now, y'all made sure to tell me that Jackie said she was only playing. She only said it because she was upset, but she said it. Okay. So next, Jackie is confronted by Brandi, and it's really hard to pin down Jackie because one minute Jackie is very much, yeah, I said it, and then the next minute, I'm not talking about it. Okay, so it's kind of like when Sunday is brought up, I'm not talking about Sunday. I want to know two things. Is Sunday blackballed from the show, and by whom? Shaunie or some other producers or the network in general? Or is it by Jackie? Meaning, if Sunday is around, Jackie's not going to be there. Okay, and Jackie is making that clear. And then why is that the case if y'all were friends? Period. Next, okay. If you and Sunday were that close that you would have this level of conversation and discourse with her about these ladies, why would you not want to bring her into the mix of the show. At least in that instance, you would have somebody to have your back. So it seems to me like it would behoove you to have Sunday in your back pocket. But listen, Jackie is a woman of many things, and some of those I don't understand. But she's funny, and we like her. We like that side of her. We like her reactions, right? We like that she can take it from every last one of these ladies and dish it back to them, even Shaunie herself. When Shaunie confronts her and is like, girl, I don't understand why you're saying all of these hateful things about me, saying that I'm wild. And, Jackie's like, well, I wish you were wild. I mean, yeah, you ain't no bit of wild, and it's like, girl, what? And then Shaunie's like, well, I gotta forgive you. You do? Why? Because you know that Jackie is the show? Pretty much. And Shaunie is about that check. So Shaunie's like, I mean, girl, you can keep talking about me all you want to, but I'm gonna go back to church. So anyway, that scene ends, and they decide that they're gonna have a Ponderosa, a Shaunie Rosa, basically where Jackie is gonna be the roasted person on the menu. All right, so Jackie has her talk show, and shout out to my boy Jay Lamar. Okay, I mean, what can I say about Jackie and these interns that she done borrowed from Sonia Morgan? If you a Real Housewives of New York fan, you know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to understand it for the life of me. Like, what in the madness is going on, and who are you hoping to pick up this show? And can I see it? Can you put it on YouTube, baby? Because I need to see whatever this is. You interviewing Denzel Washington and the folks? Is that what's happening? Because I need to know. Show me the money, okay? Because I want to see it. Get a little access to the money, okay? So, it's the day of the Ponderosa, and Jackie. Everybody arrives. They having it at the taco place, okay, the Mexican place, and so the restaurante, and so. Jackie promises that she's gonna stay. Now, Brandi ain't coming because she felt like when the last time she saw Jackie, they got into it, when Shaunie was there, and Brandi told her that that's why Doug cheating on you. So Brandi don't have nothing else to say today. So everybody's there, and they get into, Jackie versus Jen. Like, Jen is asking, girl, why do you have my nudes? Y'all let me know that the nudes was the topic of conversation on the next 15. So these things been out there for quite some time. Okay. Now I don't know how, I don't know what in what manner or whatever like that. But Jackie is kind of like, I didn't send them to Sunday. Sunday sent them to me. And then they pull up the receipts showing Jackie, you sent them to Sunday. Well, that's just girlfriend talk. Is it? Oh, okay. So then next up is Evelyn. Evelyn wants to know why Jackie wants to smack her. Well, girl, I mean, she might want to smack you now because you then pulled up some police reports from 1975 and said that the lady was a lady of the night. Now, she might want to smack you for that. But in the meantime, we don't know. What we can assume is that Jackie felt like she needed to be on that poster with Shaunie and Evelyn, and Jennifer was in her place. Okay, so actually, Jackie, you might want to slap Jennifer. You want to slap her out the way. Okay, so at this point in time, for some reason, Evelyn calls Jackie fat. Now, I don't like when people call people, names of that nature, because I just find it unsavory. And I feel like it's low-hanging fruit. I feel like it's the most basic form of an insult to me. And what does it really mean? You know what I'm saying? Because I got a little meat on my bones. You think I'm supposed to be, that makes me lesser than you? Okay. And I understand that Evelyn always has a logic behind whatever the insult is, depending on how bad it is. Like, the insult could be super bad. And she's like, well, yeah, I said it because she was lying about trying to lose weight. How do you know the lady wasn't trying to lose weight? We all be trying to lose weight. And the thing is hard, and the Baconators be calling. So anyway, they get into it for a hot second, and then that's dismissed. Next is Brooke's turn. But baby, this thing turns into something serious. And they get to talking about, unfortunately, Kayla. And so that just honestly sends the situation into a downward spiral. Jackie does at some point in time try to, I'm sorry for that we have to talk about Kayla. And Brooke is like, F yo, sorry. Meanwhile, this taco is in, but Brooke is not letting go of this. Brooke is hungry at this moment. Okay. I think Brooke came for the tacos and not for Jackie. So they get into it, and Brooke threatens to whoop her behind with the taco again. Now, there's some speculation online that Jackie won that fight. There's some speculation online that Brooke won that fight back in the day. I don't know why VH1 just don't show us the footage, because somebody got it. Okay. Now, if they can release that Amber Rose and Jocelyn footage, now I know somebody can release that Jackie and Brooke fight for real, and we can just settle this thing once and for all. Now, I understand y'all don't want to show it, but y'all showed that whole thing with Laura and Malaysia from season 1. Well, apparently they ain't show everything. Okay. But y'all showed us enough to see somebody get Mollywops, so I don't understand why y'all cut that, unless that fight was so vicious. And why can't we see it? Was they rolling around on the floor? Was some type of weapon picked up? I don't really understand. Why can't we see it? Show us in the unseen footage. You know what I'm saying? Settle it once and for all. Meanwhile, Jackie get to running, so she gone. And so at that point in time, that's when Shaunie is like, well, maybe she thanked herself for her services. I don't really know. But of course, we don't see Jackie in the preview for next week. So I don't know how good the episode's going to be. But that's what happened in the episode of Basketball Wives. Let me know if you watched it, if you like what you saw. And if you did not, let us know why. Chime down in the comment section down below. And I will, of course, catch you in the next video.